Hi, I'm Glyn. Welcome to Mr. Glyn's Pickups. Today I'd like to have a chat with you about my Kokako Strat set. So the design of this pickup started with repairing old Strats. I really like 63 Strats. I just everything about them. But I always feel that the pickups I find them hard work. I always want a little bit more, not a lot. I don't want to lose that character, but a little bit more, and that's where this one comes in. So it's based around that sort of pickup, but there's 10% more windings on it. What that does, obviously, it gives you a little bit more power, but more importantly, it shifts the EQ away from the treble and towards the bass a little bit. So we're taking a little bit of that pinginess off the top and adding a little bit more fullness underneath. And I think that suits modern players a lot more. Then also the magnets, Alnico 5, like you would expect on an old Fender. These have a heavy bevel. Can we see that? Rather than a much more subtle bevel than would have been on the old Fenders. And also you might notice that stagger. I have a symmetrical stagger. So I haven't got that low B string. Now the thinking there is, modern guitar strings balance really well. Strings have come a long way from when the early Strat pickups were designed. And I find I get a great balance with that symmetrical stagger. And also it works if you are left-handed as well. It's the same stagger, the same pickup will work equally well with that. So the musical styles I have in mind with this pickup, I'm thinking John Frusciante, I'm thinking Jimi Hendrix, both of whom I know use more vintage pickups. But for me, this gets that kind of feel out more than a genuinely old one. I do a vintage pickup, the Bellbird, that's how the Bellbird is. This one is just a bit more. So that was my thinking with it. Now, the other thing, I worked a lot on the 3 or the 5 sounds that you get from a Strat. So the bridge pickup is wound a little bit hotter to get a little bit more bottom going with the bridge pickup. So there are 5 distinctive sounds, and if you look at the demo that Warren Mendonça has done for me using that blue Strat, you can hear the different sounds, the 5 different sounds. And what I really like about that is you can hear how his playing changes. So he plays differently on the neck than he does on the middle, than he does on the bridge. It's a great example of how a sound of a pickup can steer you in a direction. But that's great. Lovely, lovely playing as well. So that's my thinking behind the Kokako set.